Hello and welcome. My name is Laura Polverari, and I am Associate Professor of Political Science at the University of Padua in Italy. I am also the book review editor for the journal Regional Studies, where the book reviews provide analysis and comment on key recent publications in the field of regional studies. Every year, the Regional Studies Association asks its members to vote for the best book from a shortlist constructed by the book series editors. Eligible books are those that have been published in the Regions and Cities book series, and the books reviewed in Regional Studies over the past year. The Regional Studies, Regions and Cities book series brings together critically engaged international and interdisciplinary research on the resurgence of regions and cities in today's globalized, knowledge-driven, and very much networked world. Both the books reviewed in Regional Studies and the Regions and Cities book series should be of interest to a wide array of scholars, geographers, economists, sociologists, political scientists, of course, cultural scholars, and of course, they should be of interest to policymakers involved in regional and urban development. And I'm very pleased and honored today to be here to announce the 2024 Regional Studies Best Book Award for Interconnected Words, Global Electronics and Production Networks in East Asia by Professor Henry Wai-Chung Yeung of the Chinese University of Hong Kong. The book was published by Stanford University Press, and it was reviewed in Regional Studies, of course. So many congratulations to you, and thank you for joining us today, Henry. Before I leave the floor to you, I won't say too much about the book because I do not want to spoil it for those who might not have read it yet. But let me just underline three important things that explain why this is an outstanding volume and why it received so many preferences, so many votes among the RSA community. Well, first, as Professor Chung Yang wrote in her review of the volume, which was published in Regional Studies, this volume, and I quote, reflects the pinnacle of Professor Yeung's work spanning for over 20 years, dedicated to studying the global production networks conceptually and global electronics empirically. So in this book, Professor Yeung adopts a reinterpretation of his earlier GPN 2.0 theory to examine the global electronics and production networks in East Asia through the 2010s. Second, the book is extremely rich empirically, with original empirical research comprising more than 60 interviews with senior executives of 44 global lead firms in the electronics industry. And among these, there are 14 lead firms that were amongst the world's top 5 largest technology leaders in their respective market segments. So this enables the volume to provide an overview of how the global electronics and production networks in East Asia have evolved since the 1990s even. And last but not least, I think that the book is very, very relevant today at a time when, as we know, globalization is somewhat called into question. So I'll stop here, and I would like to, to ask you, Henry, to say a few words, please.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you for your very generous speech and recollection of the key points in this book, which I shall not labor over. First of all, let me thank the Regional Studies Association and many of the members for having an interest in the book and for voting for this book. So I'm enormously honored to receive this 2024 book award. I think this book hopes to achieve some kind of a new understanding in our field, regional studies, and my discipline in economic geography. So I'm very grateful to the RSA community, and thank you very much on that. Second, I also want to thank my publisher, Stanford University Press, for having the initial interest in this book in the earlier phase of the beginning of the 2020s. So we know as of today, the world is becoming more uncertain and perhaps even more fragmented. So I hope we've should not forget that we are still all in a world whereby there are tremendous flows and networks that connect different parts and regions of the world together. So hopefully this book remains one useful resource for us to at least have a sense that the world is not as fragmented as what some people would like it to be, but we are all in it together. So there are many ways we can learn from each other. And in the world of global production networks, there are many ways that businesses, firms can work and collaborate with each other. So on that score, I would like to thank again Laura and RSA for giving this award to this book, and it's my great honor. Thank you very much. Pass back to you.
Thank you very much, Henry. Again, congratulations. You're absolutely right. The world is interconnected. We are a large community in the Regional Studies Association as well. And I would just close by saying that your book is well worth reading. So for our community, if they haven't read it yet, please read this book. And thank you for joining me to celebrate your excellent achievement. Goodbye.
Thank you, Laura. Goodbye.